Dollar Tree's tumbling tower blocks are some of my favorite wood items to craft with. Let's make some awesome DIYs.
I'm going to use 35 of the tumbling tower blocks, and I'm going to make a wall hanging that holds little flowers or plants. So like if you want to propagate, for example, you could use this for that. So it's functional, but it will also be decorative. Now I'm going to make 16 of these little like L shapes, so that's 32 blocks right there, and I'm just going to glue each set of 2 together, and then I'm going to glue them stacked upon each other. It's kind of like a herringbone pattern, and there it is. I love that look so much. Then I'm going to have 3 more blocks, and those will be my little shelves. I have these cute little glass containers. They're mini from the Dollar Tree, and they can be used, like I said, you could put water in them to propagate a plant, like when you cut off a little piece and you want to start growing it, or you could put faux flowers in there. I'm going to do that just for the purpose of the video, and now I'm just seeing how I'm going to do it. Put some wood filler on there. That's going to be a problem later. I'll show you. I taped in the middle where I decided I want to make it 2-tone, so on the bottom I'm using the Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint, and I'm going to put that on the edges as well up to the tape. And then I'm going to sand it a lot. I want this to be very, very distressed, and I love that look where you can just see some of the white paint, but you see a lot of the wood. That is just a really cool look to me. And I'm also going to take my nail file and sand around the edges. Now I'm going to use my stain that I make homemade, which is with the burnt umber paint from Apple Barrel, and mixed with water. Now, because I put the wood filler on there, it does not stick to that area, and I didn't sand it good enough. You see here, that looks terrible. I try like 3 times and then finally decide I'm going to go get my sander and I'm going to sand it way down. And now look what happens when I use it. It's completely beautiful. It looks perfect. I'm going to do those edges as well. And I decided not to wipe the excess because I love the look. I'm going to use a sawtooth hanger that I have ordered on Amazon, and I'm just going to put that in the back to hang it. And I'm going to cover the whole thing with my polyacrylic protective finish. I stained the 3 little shelves, and I'm going to hot glue them directly onto the front of my little plant stand. Now I'm kind of offsetting 2 to the left and 1 to the right just to give it a staggered look. Because this won't be heavy, I didn't think it needed E6000, but you certainly can do that. I'm going to drill a hole just below where the cap is, maybe a little further than that. I put some tape on there to measure where it is, and also to keep my board from getting all scratched up with the drill. And then I'm going to mark the spot right in the center of each of those, and I'm going to take my drill and I'm just going to make a hole, and that's why I have a piece of wood underneath so it doesn't go through my desk. Next, I'm going to take some twine. I'm going to cut 3 pieces of the same size, and then I'm going to take a little needle that I have, and I'm going to thread the twine in it. I'm going to double it up and put a knot on the end that's folded so it'll stay on the back, and I'm going to thread the 2 pieces on the other end where I have, where it's doubled up, and I'm going to put it right through the hole, pull it through, and then make sure the knot is big enough to not go through the hole. I've also got this really cute ribbon that I ordered on Amazon. I love the ticking stripes. And I'm going to measure 3 pieces, 1 for each of the little baby containers that wraps around it perfectly. I'm going to hot glue it on. I'm going to do it right about where that twine is coming out when I place it on the little shelf, and you'll see why in a second. And now that all 3 are done, I'm going to take the little caps off because we don't need those. And I decided that it looked kind of funny with nothing there, so I'm just going to wrap twine around the threads of each of the little containers because I'm not going to be using the caps on these. So that way it'll just give it a little more of that rustic look that the rest of it has, and it looks really good when it's all done. Got all 3 of those done. I am going to secure those knots on the back with a little hot glue. Now I'm going to put some hot glue right in the center of where the 2 pieces are coming out, and I'm going to set the glass container right there that holds it in place, and I'm going to tie a double knot in the front, and you see how it lines up between the 2 black stripes, and that's what I was hoping for. And then I'm going to trim each of those 2. I did that with all 3, and it just came out so cute. I love it. idea for this DIY on Pinterest, and it's so simple. You take literally one block. And I actually had one little brown one left. And then you use a keychain holder and a little, I think it's called an eye hook. And you can get those at any hardware store or Amazon. And I'm gonna take the little block and I'm gonna sand every single edge there is because I wanna round them out a little bit and not make them very sharp. Then I'm going to clean up all the sawdust with my Ladybug vacuum from Amazon, and I do that with all the other ones. I don't always film it. And there's the block now that it's all sanded down. And then I'm going to open up this map of Ohio, which is where I live, and I'm going to find the area where I live, and I'm going to cut a piece of the map that is in that area. And then I'm going to cut a piece of the map that says Cincinnati proper, because I'm going to put that on the other side of the block. And then I'm going to cut an extra little edge to go on the sides of this block as well. And then I'm just going to take a little utility knife, and I'm going to use the block to actually score and cut them out. Now that I have the pieces cut out, I'm going to place them on my little block and see how they're going to fit. Then I'm going to take my little eye hook and I'm just going to push it into the center of one of the little short sides. And then I'm going to take that little hole I pushed in and I'm going to start twisting. And it really doesn't take much to get that thing in there, and then you just twist it all the way in. And then a little trick that I use, and you can consider this a hack maybe, is to take a staple remover and I'm going to clip right between the two rings on the key holder and hold it open so that I can place the little stick on with the eye hook. And that's how you get it on there. Then I'm going to use some Mod Podge. Just going to use the matte kind so it's not shiny, and I'm going to put some on, and then I'm going to take one of my little matte pieces and I'm going to go ahead and put it on, press it firmly, then cut off the excess and then glue that piece on. And I'm going to do the exact same thing with the other piece because it's really one piece is for two different sides. So then I cut it and place it again. Then I'm going to take a nail file from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to go around all the edges. I really want to get a nice clean edge and then just have the map kind of on the flat sides. When that is all done, I'm going to also sand around the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to get a Mod Podge out again and I'm going to put it over the entire thing, and that's it. It's the cutest little keychain, honestly. I can't believe how easy this was. There are so many possibilities with this. You don't have to use a map. You could use cute scrap of paper, whatever you like. Tumbling tower block DIY. I'm going to make coasters and a holder for them, and I'm using a total of 46 of the blocks. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to separate my blocks into rows of 8 because each coaster is going to take 8 blocks. You put 2 together at a time, so then you have 4 sets of 2, and then right here you're going to see how I am assembling them. And I'm using my square to make sure that everything is lined up nice and straight. And then I'm going to put glue in between all those little intersections, and I'm going to let them sit until the glue is nice and dry. They're super easy to make. The hardest part is waiting for the glue to dry. I have this adhesive cork sheet I got from the Crafter Square at Dollar Tree. I've had it in my stash for quite a while, and I'm going to cut pieces to fit on the very bottom of each coaster so that way it protects the surface they're sitting on and provides a more finished look to the back. I'm just using a utility blade to score the cork adhesive, and then I'm going to cut them with my scissors and make sure that I've got nice clean edges. Take off the backing and I'm going to apply it to all 4 of the coasters. And then I'm going to take my utility blade to trim any of the excess around the sides. I made the holder for the coasters and somehow forgot to film it, but it takes 14 of the blocks. I glued 4 of the blocks together, and those are the ones I painted white in the center. Then I put a natural one on either side of that, and then I have 2 on the other 2 sides, 2 each. And then in each corner I have a block standing up, and I just painted the top of that white. So that's how I assembled that one. I've got these rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree, such cute ones. I found 4 words that I liked that happened to be in the same font, and I cut those out. And poof, I rub them on and there they are, and it's just easy. You just rub them until they come off onto the surface. I added some little buffalo check scrapbook paper in the center because you could see where the backside of the adhesive cork was, and I think it just adds the perfect touch. And then I put polyacrylic protective finish over all the coasters, as well as the holder. So easy. Let me know what you think. This tumbling tower block functional DIY, we're going to use 26 of the blocks, and what we're going to make is a phone holder, a cell phone holder, and my husband needs one, so this is for him. So it's not very frilly or anything, but I'm going to use that same wood glue as I did before, and I'm going to start assembling the pieces. Now the very bottom of it is going to have 3 rows of 2. And then I'm going to take 2 and put them together, and they will actually stand up at the end, and that's where the phone will kind of hit again so it doesn't fall over. And now I'm building the very back of it with the remaining blocks. So just, make an even 2 stacks, and then again, use the wood glue all over it. And because I use the wood glue, everything takes a little bit longer, but it really is the best choice when you're using wood because it becomes part of the wood, and then it's just so solid. And the tumbling tower blocks are not all the same, and that's just going to add to making this feel more rustic because it's almost impossible to get them all exactly the same. You'd be throwing out so many of them. So I let it go, tried to fill it in with glue, wipe it off, and just let it be. I just had to relax, get my wet cloth out, wipe it off, and then of course I sand all of that excess off. And I also like to round the corners of the edges of the actual pieces because it just gives it a softer look, because those edges are kind of sharp and you can actually hurt yourself if you bump in against them, especially if your skin is a little bit on the thinner side. Now I'm going to assemble that base piece, and I'm going to put the little stopper piece on the end where the phone can't go any further forward, and you'll see in a second when I put the whole thing together. This one is so easy, you guys. So easy. You could make a couple of them out of a box of the tumbling tower blocks. Sanding in fast motion, because how fun would that be to just watch me sand? Anyway, and in case you were wondering, yeah, I'm adding more glue. I just felt like it just made it more solid. I don't know if you had to or not, but it just made me feel better. And like I said, I wiped it off or took the excess off with a wet towel. Now I am assembling the back piece onto the base, and you see now how that is shaped. And I think in a minute here, yep, there's my phone. And see, it doesn't go anywhere because the little stopper holds it back. I'm going to take 2 colors of apple barrel paint, burnt umber and warm buff. I'm going to mix them together, and then I'm going to get my little mister bottle out, and I'm going to spray the little spongy thing I'm going to use to put that on the wood because I want this watered down. I'm going to turn it into a stain and see what happens there. It's not brown and it's not beige. It's a really nice combination, and I'm still going to wipe off the excess as soon as I'm done. I love the color that comes out. I asked my husband what wood he wanted, and this worked out perfectly to give him what he wanted. I've got a ton of stickers between Dollar Tree and Walmart. So I'm going to use the S. It's like a copper colored S. It's a really cool raised up sticker from Walmart. I'm just going to put it right on the back for our last name. And then I've got these rub-on transfer stickers from the Dollar Tree, and I've got the word hello. And then I've got another sticker with a question mark. So I thought it was cute. On the side that the phone is facing, it would say hello, like you're answering the phone. And on the back, it's got his initial on it. It's actually his first name and last name, so that worked out really nice. And these transfers come off really easy when you kind of scratch on the back of something, releases the little transfer. Now the E, I touched it, and I can tell you more about the bandages in a little bit, but I could not hold it, so I accidentally touched the side of it, but I'm going to use a little black marker and fix that right at the end, and it's not even a problem. There we go, just a couple of dots here and there, and then I found another little spot in the O. I think it looks pretty good, actually. And now I'm going to take my polyacrylic again, and I'm going to put a top coat all over it. This is by Minwax. And first I'm going to dry that ink just in case, because I don't want to move it all over the place from where I touched it up. Just going to do a couple, I think I did 3 coats total all over it. And then I'm going to take my little felt circles and put 4 on the bottom in the corners so that it'll sit nicely. And you guys, that's it. It's so easy, really cute, and super functional. this functional DIY, I'm going to take 16 of the tumbling tower blocks total, and I'm basically going to make a picture frame with them. I'm using that piece of foam board, and what I'm going to do is put them on their side, the narrow side. And so the top and the bottom are going to be 3 each, and then the rest are going to be evenly divided on the sides. I'm going to use the wood glue, and I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue as well. And I'm using my square ruler to help me get right angles and straight lines. And I will tell you, it's not easy with these blocks because, like I mentioned before, they're not the same. And even if you think they're the same, when you get done, they end up not being the same. Have no idea why. It's kind of crazy. But I'm just kind of figuring out how many I'm going to need based on the little size I'm using of the foam board, and then I will glue them all together. Now that I have my frame shaped out, I'm going to start working on what's going to go on the foam board on the inside. And I've got this really cute set of stickers. I think I got them, oh gosh, I want to say from Hobby Lobby. And then I also have some really nice scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. And then I'm using a Jot glue stick from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to attach that piece of scrapbook paper that I have already cut down to size right over the foam board. Once I have both sides adhered to the foam board, I'm going to take my stickers and I'm going to pull off that larger pitcher full of flowers, and I'm just deciding how I'm going to place it. I'm going to trim some of the little pieces that are behind the flowers because they don't look as good on that scrapbook paper in my opinion. And then I cut out a little butterfly that I found on that paper as well. And I'm just going to place it right above the flowers. And I just thought that was kind of cute to add the butterfly. I didn't want to waste it. And I love it. It's just a very nice kind of spring looking picture. And we're not there yet, but it's nice to think about. Now I'm just going to sand down my pieces of block and I'm going to put the whole thing together. I have all the sides, glued together, but not the entire frame. And I'm going to use a combination of wood glue and hot glue, and I'm going to use tape to hold it in place as if it were like a clamp of some kind. And it works very well to do that and hold it right there until I feel like it's dry enough for me to remove the tape. Now, if you're wondering why I have these sort of faux bandages on, and in earlier DIYs I have real bandages, I was using some hot glue when I first started doing this one, and I placed it wrong, and I wanted to take it off, and I was trying to, kind of cut off the big lumps of hot glue, and I jabbed myself with an X-Acto knife twice, right on my thumb and right on my pointer finger, and of course it started bleeding, and I don't think I needed stitches. I think I was able to stop the bleeding, but I was determined to keep crafting and finish my project, so that's what happened. Now I am taking the foam board and I'm attaching it to the back of the frame, and I'm just gonna, clean up any loose ends, and then I'm gonna take this really beautiful sisal rope that I got from burlapfabric.com, and I'm just gonna hot glue it right around the inside edges, and that kind of covers up any of the little mishap of what I was doing when I made a mistake earlier. Then I put that around, and you want to know something? I actually think it looks really good with that on there, so it was a happy accident. Oh, and I'm okay now. I'm not even wearing band-aids anymore, so it's already healing. Now I'm just going to put some more of that sisal rope on the back and make a little hanger. And then I'm going to get some brown craft paper, and I'm going to cut a shape that's pretty close to the size of this picture for the back. I'm going to hot glue it on and then trim around the edges. Then I'm going to pull the little hanger through a little slit that I'm going to make in the back, and then that's it, and this one will be done. It's actually pretty, but it's functional because it's a picture frame that I created. Let me know down in the comments, do you ever make functional crafts or DIYs, or do you only make decorative things? I'd love to know.
Are you ready for more inspiration? I've got another video here I think you will really like. Click on it. I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. Bye.